You can see lots of water running down the hill. Oh, it's so foggy here, guys. Let me show you. Lots of snow still.
11 or 12 inches of water. Oh, 30-some quarts. Look at that, guys.
This is the part I'm a little sketch on.
Working hard. There you go, guys. That's where the river used to be. Now it's a huge flooded plain.
Guys, it has been raining legitly now for probably about 18 hours straight. Wonderful, great, because it's getting rid of that snow. It's cleaning up everything, giving life to new things. Look at that. That's a bit of water, huh? I'm gonna go walk down the hill and see how all the snow's been melted, washed away. So I'll take you guys with me and we can check it all out. Alright guys, let's go walk down the hill and see what everything looks like down here. I took a walk with the dogs like 2 days ago, and about halfway down the hill there was snow again, and it was like squishy snow. It was like sinking it and stuff. But let's see what it looks like now. You can see lots of water running down the hill. Lots and lots of it. It diverts over here to where Jay made a little spot last year. He might have to do that again. So we're about the halfway point and there's still some snow here, but not nearly as bad as it was. Not nearly as bad as it was a few days ago. There was several inches still on the ground. Now we're getting close to ground again. Yeah, that's so exciting. Still not at the point where we can drive back here, but we're getting close. Hopefully sooner than later. See what we got here. We're gonna go all the way into the road. There's a little more snow here. I'm kind of sinking in it. Driving the side-by-side or the truck in the next day or two down this road. But we're getting closer to it. And it's important, guys. We need the snow to melt so we can build some raised beds in the greenhouse. We need to get material for it, and it's difficult to get materials back here with the snowmobile, especially now because half the spots the snowmobile goes on are dirt and road again, so it's not good to drive on. So we need this to melt. We can get some garden beds in so I can get some plants going, and so we can maybe borrow the neighbor's tractor so we can move the solar shed and get our outdoor kitchen going there. Oh, it's so foggy here, guys. Let me show you how beautiful that is. The fog sure is pretty. Look at that. But I am still walking on snow here, as you can see. Eager to get started on spring projects. I see all these other off-grid channels we watch, and they're all outside doing stuff, and I am just got a lot of envy going on. I wish we had, nicer weather so we can start doing stuff. Oh, let's see what this looks like. Lots of snow still. The temperature is supposed to keep going up through the night though, like I said, and rain, so fingers crossed. Wish for us guys some happy thoughts. Got lots of good fun stuff coming this summer. But we're also gonna have fun. We're gonna take you on some adventures like that. We're gonna like just go fishing or go to the lake for the day or go just do some more exploring and fun stuff. So hopefully you guys are down for that and doing some different kind of adventures, because we have been working our tails off for the last, this is now going to be 6 years in May since we started building the cabin, and we want to have some fun too. So hopefully you guys want to see that. But we're going to get garden beds done, finish up that greenhouse, get some plants growing, chop some wood, and I'm going to get back into my baking channel too, guys. I'm going to do that here soon. I've got some different kinds of videos I want to film for you guys. English muffins, how to rehydrate a dehydrated starter, some pork balls that I make that are delicious. So I'm gonna be making some videos for you guys here in the next few weeks. Get back on that. Just kind of got wayward by the winter season and holidays and traveling and all that fun stuff. And we want to build down here at camp like a big shelter building for the boat, for more storage, because I don't think you can ever have enough storage, especially when you're off-grid and you need lots of tools and equipment. So we could store the snowmobiles in there 6 months a year we're not using them. The boat. And Jay really wants to get a tractor this year, and I'm cool spending the money for it as long as we have somewhere to store it. I see other people on other channels leaving the tractor exposed out to the elements and stuff all the time, and if I'm spending lots of money, I'm not really looking to do that. So that's gonna be our goals this summer. What do you guys think? What are you most excited about? I'm excited for this to be gone so we can get all those done. But let us know in the comments what you're excited for. We're excited to hear from you, and what should we start with first?
Hey guys, I'm in town today getting material for a project for the greenhouse. We got to build some planter boxes. I'm cleaning up the truck today. It's had a hard winter. Come check this out. We have a new sponsor, COVERADO. Come check them out. So guys, I can't tell you how many people I've seen that say, hey, look, there's a $100,000 truck. That's not the case. I bought the XLT model with just the options that I need. So I didn't buy any fancy seating packages or interior designs. The COVERADO is going to give us that look for a fraction of the price. COVERADO makes custom size kits for different vehicles. They also make universal seat covers, so they can fit in just about any vehicle. Look at that, pretty slick. And they feel nice too. Look at that, guys. Protects the seats and gives it a really nice style. Huge upgrade. The color matches perfectly to the truck. It looks really sharp. Instead of paying thousands of dollars for an interior upgrade from the factory, we're going to spend a couple $100 and get our COVERADO seat covers custom fit for this vehicle. I also have universal kits, so if you have a vehicle that's not on the list, you could get a set of your own for your vehicle as well. This is great to protect newer vehicles from long-term wear and tear. They're also really durable and gonna last a long time. And if you have an older vehicle that's wore out and getting tired and the seats are all tore up, check out the COVERADO seat covers. Now Scout and Timber are gonna ride in style as well. Really nice looking, really impressed with this, especially for the money. And guys, look, if your back seat has a cup holder or armrest, there's a zipper here. You could still use that just fine. Check these out at the links in the description box below and the first pinned comment to get a great deal. Check a discount code there as well, and get your own COVERADO seat covers for your vehicle. I think you'll really like them. Hey guys, look at this. I've literally been sitting and editing and working on videos for like the last 36 hours because it has not only been raining, but it has been pouring. And it has knocked out a lot of our snow, but I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Jen walked around last night and she showed you guys the fog and the trails, but look at down here at camp still. All snow, but it's like a foggy lagoon. It's almost like a lagoony look. So that's pretty cool. Looks a lot cooler in person than it does, you know, on the camera. The GoPros don't really pick it up. Like out on the view, like you can't see 100 yards. It's very cool. It's very eerie kind of. But with the warm temperatures and with our syrping being over for the most part, it is time for me to do the finishing process of the syrup. I need to clean jars. We have water rolling in the cabin now, so I can clean all of our jars. Jen's going to wash them for us. And I'm going to start. I got this set up. I don't think I showed you this. I had this old Griswold cast iron. I lost some footage somewhere. Like I showed hooking this up. We're going to boil out here, so just in case we have some issues, this is where the mess happens. But we got to get the big pots. I have 3 huge pots full of syrup. These have all been settling. We're just going to pour off the clean syrup. I'm going to leave the niter all in the bottom of these pots. And then the syrup you guys get will be a lot cleaner. So there's a link down there, Shopify. I think that's what it is, Shopify. If you want to order, that's how we're doing it. I'm going to have limited quantities of pints and more quarts. The quarts are going to run you 40 to 50 bucks with shipping, but that helps support our channel. I really appreciate it. The pints will be somewhere around 20 to 25 with shipping. You could go buy syrup somewhere else cheaper, but this is a way for you guys to show us some love and support us, and we appreciate it. Anyway, let's get rolling on today's project and video. Thanks for being here with us. There we go. 1.5 gallons, another gallon, another half a gallon. There's almost 3 gallons right there. We got this whole jar, this whole pot. We have a whole pot. The whole pot in here, a big pot. Gotta get this out of here and let it start warming up. El natural. There you go. There's 4 gallons of syrup. There's still a lot in here. There's still a lot in here, but there's niter in that. So as soon as the niter starts to pour out, I'm just stopping. Alright guys, nice fresh clean pan. All right, everybody, been running around a little hectic the last hour or two. I got batch number 1 heated up to 218.5 or 59 bricks on the brick scale. Then I got a little pot that was going at the same time back there. All those are finished. I threw on my 3rd pot to boil and warm up, sanitize, and get the last little bit of moisture out of it. Jen bought me this little digital thermometer setup with 2 probes for like smoking meat. It works perfect because I put it on a little wire and hung it in. I put it on a little wire and I hung it right there. And there's an app for the phone and it gives you a little alarm once it gets up to temperature. So I could do other stuff and not have to sit here and watch the temperature on this perfectly. This stuff's all cooling down. Is at 218 to 219 at the right bricks level. And now it's cooling down to 200, so I can start putting it in bottles or jars for you guys. So, pretty cool. Again, just kind of hectic here, so sorry I missed the first couple batches, but that's what happens when I get distracted, is I make a mess, so I try not to make a mess this year. 202 on this little pot. And 195 on this big pot now. 96. So, they say to start bottling it around 190. They say to start bottling it around 190, so... Dead. Alright guys,
Let me go grab one?
yeah, I'll get this backed out.
Okay.
Here. Back it up.
Look at that!
Alright guys, woohoo! Jen's gonna get a battery real quick.
We are going down the hill.
We rode the snowmobile up here 4 or 5 days ago. We haven't left since, and a lot has happened.
Let's hope it's all good. It was pretty warm and rainy last night.
Locked up with it.
It was pretty warm and rainy last night, so
Last 36 hours, a lot of snow, a lot of rain's hit, a lot of snow's melted. So, wish us luck. Jen, why are we leaving?
I gotta go to town to get some groceries, get some stuff for my birdhouses to set up, and a few packages at our mailbox.
Once a week, right?
Yep, or so. Last time we went like 2 weeks without going to town, and we had a lot of packages. We slacked. It was awful though. We didn't want to leave. Right?
Right. So the hill looks good.
Yeah, look at that. There was snow here yesterday. So, glory, glory, hallelujah.
There we go, man. We're golden.
This is the part I'm a little sketch on because it's like ice.
You have it in, you have the machine, and you have the machine in low gear. You don't have to worry about it sliding down the hill so much. You have to worry about getting stuck though.
What? What word did you just say?
We got a winch now, so we really never get stuck anymore, right?
If you have to get out of the...
Show the road.
You have to get out of the vehicle you are in and change your situation. You are stuck.
go, my dear.
Woohoo! How exciting is this, guys? Pretty soon we'll be able to drive the truck back. Next time we go to town, the truck will be coming with us.
Yeah. We'll be safe. We'll leave it up here for a couple more days.
It's pretty exciting.
Alright guys, well hopefully I can make it back to camp. Or back to the cabin at least. So, very cool. Another winter in the
Milestone.
books. Yeah, another winter milestone and another winter in the books. So, March 15th, right? Pretty much like middle of April. What did I say, March?
Yeah.
Middle of April.
Latest it's ever been happening.
Yeah, middle of April. So we're good to go now. We can start working our butts off. So I'll come get you. Text me when you're ready.
Okay.
We'll go finish some syrup.
If you think of anything else you need, let me know. Jars.
Stop and start the truck real quick here. It's been sitting all winter. Yeah, low. That's why I'm using this thing. Battery's probably toast. That's no good. I think this battery's really old. It's 10 years old. 2016. I still can't believe it won't jump it. Well, that's one more thing I gotta replace. This thing, yeah. Whatever. That must be the battery's totally toast. It clicked the other day. That's surprising, and I never had that happen with this. Normally it just starts. But 10-year-old battery and slightly neglected. So, alright guys. Alright guys. This truck started shifting really bad last year, right before we put it away for the winter. I really like this truck. It's a nice truck. Low miles, old man owned it from new. For being 24 years old, it's not a bad looking truck. But it's got the typical tip-em issue. The total integrated power module is all corroded underneath on the fuse board, fuse box. So I bought a used one, or I went to the U-Pull place downstate and got one for this. So I'm gonna be doing that in a video in the future. So, but now we need a battery, or I need to put a charger on that for a little bit. Maybe I could take the the charger. I wanted to try to fix it before I start dumping more money into it. Buy a battery and then have it be garbage anyway. But it'd be good for working around here at the property anyway. So anyway, let's see if we get up this hill. Should be no problem, because we can go to the side if we have to. Let's see if we can just crawl up it. Piece of cake. Wait a couple days more like than we did last year. Last year we hot dogged it up that hill. Doesn't look like much of a hill on the camera, but it's pretty steep. Anyway, we gotta finish syrup. Then Jetty's gonna be back, and so I gotta get going. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Alright guys, this is the river we used to collect water from, and there used to be a bank right here, and we walked all the way out to that corner there.
See all the bubbles?
Oh yeah, and there he is. Oh, he just went underwater.
Come back up.
He is damming up this area pretty good. There he is.
Working hard. I don't know what this means for this area. There you go, guys. That's where the river used to be. Now it's a huge flooded plain.
Yeah, especially with all the rain and snow melt we've had, and the beaver dam.
Yeah, he's right there. See him?
Yeah,
He's right there.
over there paddling.
He's not scared of us.
And if all these dams break in this whole area, who knows, this could
Yeah.
have a residual effect on this.
Yeah.
This could go down or this could go up depending on where the different dams are.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hot mess. We'll have to come back in like another week to see what it looks like, if it's higher or lower, but it's been getting higher, what, the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, it was not up to
This high.
the road. It was just a little dam. You can still walk out on this trail here.
Yeah,
And now it's probably 2 foot higher.
he has been busy.
He's chewing all these trees along here. He's way down the river there now.
Does he dam it up there? I don't know how beaver dams work.
Oh, he dams it right here. That's where.
That's why, okay. So interesting. That's so crazy. That little beaver's been very busy.
Well. All right, guys. First adventure out onto the into the wilderness. So,
Hooray!
Yep.
Even though there's still this ugly stuff behind us, we don't say its word anymore.
not till November, right?
Yes.
All right. Whew. Hey guys, good morning. So it's been a few days since I did the syrup, did the final processing. Jenny says a lot of you guys have been sending her messages or been, commenting on the videos too. I see those. A few emails, a lot of people hitting up the Shopify link to order syrup. So hopefully I have enough for you guys. I got a lot, but it's only so many bottles. So appreciate you guys and all your support 100%. So let's show you the final haul, the final product. So it's been a few days since I did the processing of the syrup. Got a little cold snap back here. But check this out. Pretty happy with this year's haul. If we have a good year and YouTube treats us good and you guys treat us good, maybe we'll start looking. I'm going to start looking over the next 6 months right now for evaporators, new evaporators. The one I have works good, but if we want to make more, I want to tap more trees, then I need an evaporator that'll evaporate a little faster. But again, I don't want to complicate the process. I don't want to spend $5,000 to $10,000 on a hobby that will, not pay for itself. So anyway, check this out, guys. Check this out. We got here's our haul. We got boxes everywhere for shipping out to you guys. I didn't put it back in the boxes yet, or in the back into the containers yet. There we go. There's our haul. I think it worked out to like 14 gallons. So we got more than we did last year somehow. I tapped a few extra trees, but I only did like 4 big batches rather than, I guess, 6 100-gallon batches. I did 4, 180-gallon, give or take, batches. So I tapped more trees than usual. So we got more. I could have done another probably big batch or 2. But I, again, was not prepared enough. I was using the wood out of our woodshed. So... and I was just, ready to start projects. We're going to start working on the garden beds for the greenhouse today. So we went and got all the material and got it up here. Got the truck up here finally. So the other day we, had to take the side-by-side to take Jen to town and blah, blah, blah. But now we can drive up here again. So yay, big exciting moment. On top of getting our seasoned syrup done. So I think we had 31 pints. I did as many pint jars as I had available. And then I think we got to end up giving 37 quarts. So, guys, we're going to do our best to fill all these orders as quickly as possible. Again, we try not to buy a lot of packing materials and boxes. So we just save packing material and recycle it and reuse it. So you're going to get, boxes from stuff that we've used around here at the property and shipping materials. So everything is going to get done as we can, guys. So be patient with me. I appreciate all the support and everything. But check out how pretty this stuff turned out. Even the darker batch, the last batch we did, all the stuff settled down to the bottom. And there's, all of my syrup, because I don't have fancy filter presses and stuff like that, you're going to have a little bit of sugar sand, probably like 1/4 to 1/2 inch in the bottom of your jar. But even the dark syrup kind of filtered down and settled, and now it looks really good. It's still dark, but not black like it was before. So look at that. I'm going to put some up to the light here for you. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Pretty fancy, huh? Like I said, you get that little bit of sugar sand in the bottom because I don't have commercial grade filtering system. So, but there's a light batch. This is like the first batch. I kept all the batches separated. Very good, very delicious. Here is our darker pints. Just to compare. This might be a darker one. Let me see. See, just so you don't put the bigger bottle will obviously put less light through. So here's a later batch. So this is very nice too. Very beautiful. Again, just a tiny bit of sugar sand. We discard that. Some people put it in their coffee. Let me show you a bigger bottle that I know 100% certain is from the last batch. There we go, right there. Still very pretty. Very, very flavorful. Very good syrup. pints or the quarts have just a tiny bit more sugar sand. But so you're more than welcome to rebottle this. We just pour it off the top. We don't shake it. Some people shake it and get the sugar sand into it, but I don't think it really has too much of a texture. I think it dissolves kind of in when you heat it up. But yeah, we just pour it off, and then once we get to the very little bit bottom, we just toss the last 1/4 inch. So, yeah, there you go. Said we have 37 of these, I believe. I already got one to my buddy Bob. So 36 remaining and 31 pints. So I exhausted most of my jar collection. So I did buy a truckload, so I have a truckload of jars downstate still. So I have a lot of big ones, a lot of half-gallon jars. So maybe next year if anybody wants a whole half-gallon. And I have friends that use a half-gallon to a gallon every year, so I give them a half-gallon once in a while. So, but anyway, there you go, guys. Sorry if you're done with syrup and sick of syrup, but you know what? You don't have to worry about any more syrup videos for the year. So we'll see you guys in the spring again with syrup. I'll do syrup again next year, guys. I always just get burned out a little bit because we want to get going on other stuff, but it's a perfect way to spend your spring. So maybe a little bit of syruping and a little bit of fishing. So, alright guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with us during this video. Got a little bit done, showed you guys the snow going out. The snow is like 99% gone now, so we got our material up here. The truck back here in the background is full of lumber for building garden beds and finishing up the couple little walls that need to be closed up in the greenhouse. And I already got the guy that we get the composted manure from. We already got in contact with him, so I'm going to go pick up a couple trailer loads of that later this week. Just waiting for the water, guys. We had a lot of flooding. We had no flooding here, so look, we're up on top of the hill, but the rivers are all gushing. And everybody, say a little prayer for the people that were in northern Michigan that got flooded out. All the dams were going over, but fortunately, I don't think we had any failures of dams. We did have flooding, though, in all parts of northern Michigan. So everybody, say a little prayer for those people. I don't think we lost lives, but we lost, we got lots of damage to homes. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Thank you again for all your support. You guys mean the world to us. We'll see you guys in the next video.